Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to make this door a self-closing fire door. Of course, this is just an interior door. However, it is a door to this utility room. Obviously, I don't ever expect a fire to occur in my house. However, if I were to take a wild guess as to where a fire would be most likely to occur, I'd definitely say here, because there's an oil tank, a bunch of equipment, HVAC system, stuff like that. So although this isn't really a fire door, having it close automatically when the fire alarm activates would provide some level of smoke barrier and also to a degree fire protection. Of course, the most important part of an automatic fire door is that it has to be self-closing. Usually there would be a door closer up here in a commercial setting, but since this is a residential door, I was able to just use these cheap spring-loaded hinges. I got a 2-pack of these from the Home Depot for $12, and you can see they do work fine. For this application, it does shut the door, so I'm just going to use those. I'm going to be installing this electromagnetic door holder. This is a Edwards rebrand, but these are pretty much by every company. So it comes with a magnet and then the part that goes on the door. I have this old weatherproof box that I'm going to mount the magnet on because it matches pretty well. I think I'm going to have to mount this box horizontally over here. What that does mean I'm going to have to drill into this concrete. I'm just going to use these Tapcons to fasten the box to the wall. I was able to buy this masonry bit from Lowe's for 77 cents on clearance, so I'm going to go ahead and just start drilling into the wall. I am aware that a hammer drill would probably be a better tool for this, but I only have a regular drill, and this is a pretty small bit, so it should be fine. Alright, there we go. Box is now up. This thing is really strong. I can hang on it and it doesn't go anywhere, so that's nice. I've just bent this piece of EMT here as sort of a sleeve, and you can see that it's pretty strong on its own, but I'll probably put a clamp somewhere over here. I'm just going to start running wire now. I'm just going to use some scrap fire cable I had lying around. I'm also going to install a switch so I can turn this magnet on and off, because obviously I don't want to be ripping the door from the magnet. So I have one of these boxes. Just going to put the switch right here, and I'll run it from a relay. Here at the fire panel, I'm using this relay over here, which is an alarm relay. This relay is currently in use, but it is a different 24-volt device, and it is using the common and normally open. I'm using the normally closed, because obviously you want this relay to be normally closed, and then when the alarm goes off, then it opens the circuit and releases the magnet. So I'm going to tie the positive into that. And then I also just put all the negatives together because there was already a splice here, so I just put it under the third bar of that Wago. So basically power from the negative of the non-resettable power is always going to be flowing to that magnet. And then when this alarm relay is normal, power will be flowing through this positive wire to the magnet, so it would be energized. And then when a fire alarm goes off, this relay will break that connection and then the magnet will drop. I'm just going to use a standard light switch. I'm just going to make my terminal hooks, and then I'll just splice these two negatives together. With this magnet, you need to mount these clips to a single gang box, and then those slide behind here, and then you just screw the magnet onto those. This is a pretty simple wiring job. You can see there's common, and then this can also be powered by 120. Obviously, I'm running this off my panel's power supply, so it's 24 and common. The magnet is on the wall now, so let's go ahead and test it. We'll turn the power on and put a screwdriver on it. And it holds it, so that's good. And then obviously we'll turn it off. There's a few different ways you can mount this. I think the most common is they'll use this plate, and they'll drill all the way through the door and just insert these screws through the door into the magnet. That's probably the strongest way to do it. But since I'm doing this in a residential application and I want to conceal the finished side of the door and not damage it, I'm just going to use this bracket that they supply. So what this is it only has to attach to one side of the door. You don't have to drill all the way through, and it just snaps into the magnet like that. So the way I'm going to make this fit perfectly is I'm just going to put this magnet or the part on the magnet, and then I'm going to put the door against that and then just align it just right. That looks about perfect. Now I'm just going to put this bracket onto the door where I traced it. Now we just put this thing on, and then we have to tighten that screw. Obviously, this needs a very, very small Allen head, which is not included, so you need to go get one. There it is, and there's our electromagnet. So let's go ahead and put this onto the magnet. And there it is. So let's go ahead and test it out.